make $36,030 a month selling digital products. And here's the kicker. I don't sell on Etsy. In this video, I'll share why Etsy is one of the hardest places to sell digital products on, what I did instead, and how you can start earning with digital products using my strategy. So let's dive in. This video is sponsored by Kittl, but more on them later. So I used to think that in order to sell digital products, you had to find some kind of a marketplace like Etsy or Teachable or Skillshare. But what I learned from digging into it further was all the people online making the big bucks from digital products were not selling on one of these third-party sites. What they were doing instead was building their own following. And that is exactly what I did. I have been creating and selling my own educational digital products since 2014. Now, way back in the day, I grew on different social medias, which we're not going to talk about because those simply don't work anymore. Instead, we're going to talk about what works, what I recommend for you, and what works for me today. Now, the best part about selling your digital products on your own platform is that anyone can do it. Anyone can decide, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, which is what I would recommend for you, by the way, and it's completely free. You don't need to pay listing fees or a subscription or ad costs to Etsy or any other third-party marketplace. Not to mention, you don't have to live in fear about getting your business shut down because yes, although you are growing initially on a social media platform, I'm going to teach you how you can move those social media viewers to email subscribers on a platform that you do own. And this is going to make it so you don't have to live in fear about being shut down by third-party marketplaces like Etsy or Skillshare. So first, let's talk about what kind of digital product do you want to sell. There are 4 main digital products that I recommend, and those are ebooks, workshops, courses, and memberships. However, if you're a beginner who's never sold digital products before, I would highly recommend that you start with either an ebook or a workshop. For me personally, if I was starting over as a complete beginner with digital products, I would 100% start with a workshop. So let's talk about what a workshop is and just how easy it is to create and sell. Now, a workshop is just what it sounds like. If you wanted to take, say, a pottery workshop, what do you think that would be like? That would probably be like you showing up to a pottery studio, taking a workshop for a few hours, and then leaving. That's exactly what a workshop digital product is, except for it's online and it doesn't have to be that long. In fact, I recommend it being around 30 to 60 minutes around one topic where your audience is going to leave having one of their problems solved during that workshop. In just a second, I'm going to teach you how to figure out what to teach in your workshop. But before we dive into that, here's why I always recommend workshops in the first place. They convert. In fact, our highest performing workshop right now runs on slides. And when I first started, I had to build those slides in Adobe, which was very expensive, clunky, and not at all user-friendly. But now creating workshops is way easier, especially with tools like Kittl. Kittl is an intuitive browser-based design platform that combines pro-level tools all in one. And they just launched a feature called Flows that helps you design professional looking slides and other visuals in a fraction of the time. You can start with a design, a template, or even upload a rough sketch. And Flows will instantly generate multiple polished versions, different fonts, layouts, and color schemes that still match your brand based on your prompt. So it's ideal for workshop slides, but it also works great for lead magnets, ebook covers, and product mockups. Basically any visual you need for your digital product. What I personally love most is that it helps you skip the blank page struggle that we all know far too well and gives you options you can actually work with fast. And you can start testing Kittl for free today with their free plan. And if you want to try out the advanced features, because Kittl is sponsoring today's video, you can use the code MollyKaiserYT. That's MollyKaiserYT for 25% off. Just go ahead and click the link in the description below to get started. So how do you figure out what you want to teach in your digital products or workshop? Well, what I recommend doing is asking yourself a series of questions. What do you like learning about? What are some obstacles that you've helped yourself overcome or you've helped others overcome? And if you want to workshop through this, I actually created a custom GPT bot that will ask you a handful of questions and workshop with you to come up with your profitable digital product idea. You can access that completely for free in the link in the description below this video. Your digital product doesn't need to be some giant giant Albert Einstein or Shark Tank idea. In fact, it's better to do an idea that's already been done with your own personal spin on it. So maybe you like quilting and you want to sell quilting digital product patterns, or host a workshop on how people can create their first quilt. Or maybe you're really into hiking and you used to be a couch potato, so you want to teach people in a workshop how to go from couch potato to completing your very first hike. There are so many things that you can talk about and teach about. The possibilities are endless. And remember, if it's already been done before, that's a good thing. You want to go with something that is proven, that has already sold before, that you can put your personal spin on. For example, there are tons of other people out there that teach about digital products, but none of them teach from my journey, my experience, and my story. And that's exactly why people come to learn from me. And that's exactly why they're going to want to learn from you. They're going to get to know you a little bit. They're going to hear your stories, your journey, and those that relate to you are going to want to keep learning from you. So once you figure out what type of digital product you want to sell, you're going to need an audience for that product. And again, what I recommend for that is YouTube. If you want to sell a digital product about hiking, then you should have a YouTube channel about hiking. You don't want to have a YouTube channel about birding and then sell a digital product about how to make money with TikTok. Like, the two things need to be aligned so that you are attracting the right customers who will be interested in potentially purchasing your digital product. Now, again, I've tried just about every single social media platform out there, and for what's working right now today, I cannot recommend YouTube highly enough. Now, yes, it's possible to make a lot of money with digital products, especially when you pair that with YouTube. But the cool thing is there's so many other ways that you can make money on YouTube as well. In fact, once you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch time hours, you can apply to become monetized through the YouTube Partner Program, aka YouTube AdSense. And what this means is all those ads that run on your videos that a lot of people probably click skip on, they're going to share with you 50% of those proceeds. Now, with my channel right now where it's at, I make about $5,000 on average every single month just from YouTube AdSense, but I had to wait to get monetized. And that's what's so great about digital products is you could start making money as soon as day one because you don't need to be monetized in order to start selling your digital products through your YouTube channel. You can also make money through what's called brand deals. This is where brands will reach out to you or you reach out to them, and they will sponsor your video through either an integrated brand deal or a dedicated brand deal. Now, an integrated brand deal is typically a 30 to 90 second little ad read that you're going to read in your video. And a dedicated brand deal is where you dedicate an entire video to that brand. Now, it's not just going to be selling. It's typically going to be like trying out a product, testing a product, something like that. But brand deals can pay really well. In fact, I have friends that make anywhere from $20,000 to $200,000 a year just from brand deals. This year, we're already at $50,000 in revenue. Now, not all of that money has been collected yet, but those are brand deals that we have agreed to. But I think since we still have a whole quarter left of the year, I think that number is going to grow significantly, especially because Q4 tends to be a pretty good quarter for my business. Now, there's another way that you can make money through YouTube as well. So if I have not sold you on YouTube yet, I don't know what's going to, because it is absolutely the best. But another way that you can make money through YouTube is through affiliates. Now, what this is where you find brands for products or services that you love. And if they have an affiliate program, you can sign up for it. And that's where you promote their link. And when people click the link and they buy, you are going to get a percentage of that sale. Now, the percentage varies greatly, so you definitely want to check. Some places only pay like 2%. Some places can pay 90%. So it really depends on the brand that you're promoting. But I just wanted to show you that although, yes, I think digital products is the best way to make money online, I wanted to show you that YouTube is not going to be a waste of your time regardless. Even if you pivot and you decide not to sell digital products, you could do affiliates, you could do brand deals, you could do AdSense. Like, there are so many ways to make money with YouTube. It is just such a great use of your time to just start building your own following. I promise you, like a year from now, you will not regret that you started. Okay, so a question that I get a lot that I have actually never answered on this channel at all is, Molly, how do I actually start my business legally? How do I pay taxes? How do I do all this stuff? Now, first of all, I want to say that I'm not an accountant, so I'm never going to make a full video on this kind of stuff because I would rather leave it to the professionals, right? People go and get degrees for a reason, and I like to listen to the people that have the degrees. But here's what I will tell you. When I started my very first business, I knew that I needed to set up my business legally. So what I did was I actually typed into Google, legally form business Wisconsin, because that was the state that I was living in at the time. So that's what you should type in. legally form business and then whatever state you're in, and your state's website should come up and you should be able to start your business through your state's website. Now, I did this way back in like 2009 or maybe even earlier, but I was able to go on the website, register my business as a sole proprietor, and I think I paid like $20. It's probably a little bit more than that now, but it's actually not that much. It's not as much as you would think. So that's the first step that I did. Now, I'm just speaking from my personal experience. Again, I am not an accountant. I am not a lawyer. I am not someone who makes their living teaching about how to legally form businesses online, but that's what I did. The next thing I did was I Googled accounting firm wherever I lived, Wisconsin. Okay. It honestly blows my mind that people that try to do their own business taxes, like, dude, people get degrees in this. Like that's like trying to do your own surgery. Like, why would you do that? Right. And I've also had a lot of business owners tell me like, well, it's really expensive. It's not. It's literally not. Like they will save you money. So what you want to do is look for an accountant in your area and schedule just a few one-on-one meetings with maybe 2 to 4 different accountants to see which one that you like best. I do really think it's important that you jive well with your accountant and that your accountant understands your specific type of business, because I will say that when I had my photography business, I had a great accountant for my photography business. But once I started adding on digital products and online stuff, my accountant at the time really struggled and I ended up having to actually switch accountants. Definitely make sure that you are asking your accountant questions and making sure that they're giving you proof of other clients they've worked with in that arena, because there are a lot of nuances that come with a fully digital online business like digital products. Now, I know some of you listening are thinking, well, growing a social media following seems hard. And yeah, it is hard. If it wasn't, every single person would be a millionaire. They would have a big social media following, right? But here's what I want to say to you is choose your hard. Growing on Etsy is hard. Growing your own social media is hard. Having a 9-to-5 is freaking hard and sucks. So definitely choose your hard. Okay. There's no magic wand. Okay. That just reminded me of the Chappell Roan song. You guys might know. I don't know. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But anyways, you're not going to find a magic wand business that's just going to like build itself for you. There's no Prince Charming riding in on a horse to grow $1 million business for you. Like, I hate to break it to you. You got to do it yourself. You got to do it yourself. So choose your hard. And if you decide this is something you want to do, then go all in and do it. I know that if you decide you can do it, then you can do it. And remember, once you start growing your following, selling your digital products becomes a heck of a lot easier. All you have to do is start posting videos consistently on YouTube and mention your freebies 2 to 3 times throughout your video, which I have all my freebies linked in the description below this video. And then once somebody goes to click on your freebie, they're going to put in their name and email address to download your freebie, which will get them on your email list. From there, you can automate a series of emails to share even more helpful information with them and have calls to action at the end of every single email that goes to the checkout page for your digital product. So it really comes down to just a few things: YouTube, freebie, email list, checkout page, YouTube, freebie, email list, checkout page, YouTube, freebie, email list, checkout page. And it becomes so much easier once you start growing your YouTube following and generating traffic to this funnel that I just spelled out for you. And remember, I have all those freebies in the description below. So if you want my exact YouTube script template so you can start growing on YouTube, you can download that for free below. If you want to access my custom GPT bot that will help you find your profitable digital product idea, you can access that below. And I also have a full workshop of how you can find your digital product idea, start growing on social media, and even how to start making consistent sales with your digital product. Now that you know how I make $36,030 a month selling digital products without Etsy, you might be wanting to learn how to commit to growing your YouTube channel consistently, but how do you do that? Well, it all starts with watching this video next here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be way more powerful. See you in the next video.